Next up, we have Robin Hamlet racking the balls for her very good friend from Fort Wayne, Ryan Hogans. He fist bumped the master and gets ready to break, and they're going to agree to play straight up. Ryan wants to see how he'll do against Fedor without Fedor banking balls. Ryan is a very good player. He's one of the best players around. And he gets ready to break. I joke around with Ryan. He has a very unconventional stroke. I'm working with his friend Robin to get her a conventional stroke because she's just beginning pool in the last few months. He has a very unconventional one, but one that works, and I wouldn't change a thing about it because he's able to shoot very straight, and he is a very accomplished player. He has a long shot at the one ball here. He nails it and gets a draw shot all the way to the center of the table. This is a very difficult shot he just did. To send the cue ball that distance with it spinning backwards the whole time, have it come off the object ball with a very difficult shot. Most people are going to get tense and shoot that shot too hard and miss it. But he carried his draw all the way, got back to the center of the table, and he's on the two ball now. Now he has come around back to the left side of the table because he had a lane there between the 5 and an 8, the 8 where he could get at the 3. And again, lots of people would have tried to do some kind of a spectacular shot to get the cue ball down by the 3, but he's willing to accept this long cut shot. And he nailed the shot, but the line he took was aimed at getting up by that upper right pocket, and it ran into the 5 ball. If he'd made it back past that 5 ball, he would have had a good shot on the 4 ball, which is up against that top rail. But now he's going to have some difficulty getting to the 4. He's going to have to kick at it. And he does strike the 4 ball and came very close to making it. But he's left a difficult shot for Fedor, I think. I don't think he can see the 4 ball. Maybe he can. But either way, he can at least kick at it and probably get a save. He tried to kick bank it, which is something you see occasionally in one pocket. It comes up frequently enough that he's probably practiced it quite a bit. He's a very accomplished one-pocket player. I don't know what Ryan can see here. He hung that ball up in the pocket. Looks like he was going to snooker himself on the 5 anyway, although if he'd hit it slightly more full, he probably would have made the ball and gotten on the 5 ball as well. Now I think he's given Fedor a pretty easy out. Draws it back. He's got a nice angle on the 6 to come straight back across. And has he gotten an angle on the 8? No, but he'll probably draw that back or follow it through. He follows it through again. Over and over again, Fedor's crossing his shot line on the 9 and getting position. That's such a great capability to have that control of the speed. He played just a few minutes on this table. He's only played a few players, and yet he has this quite figured out. I guess they didn't work out straight in for Fedor. He tried to do the bank shot to the side pocket there. So I thought that they were going to play straight up, but it turns out that Fedor had to bank that shot. Oh, I know what they agreed to. Now I remember. They agreed to both do a 2 rail or greater bank on the 9. So right now Federer has a pretty straightforward one railer back to the side, but he is going to go for that upper right corner pocket, which would be a three railer. 1, 2, 3, and boom, into the pocket. That's the kind of thing this masterful player, the best player in the world right now, and certainly the best 9-ball player in the world. He is a world champion. Robin racks up the balls again. I'm back there chatting with Federer about something. I'm not sure what. What an enjoyment it was to have a lot of conversations with this man this day. We have a young man here who's only 23 years old, but is wise way beyond his years and has matured to a point where he's not only the best pool player in the world, but he's one of the greatest professionals I've ever met. What a pleasure to spend the day with him. Now we have these two friends chatting at the table. Robin racking for her friend Ryan. Ryan breaks up the balls very nicely, but there are still 9 balls left on the table with a clear shot at the 1. I'm thinking that he will need to force follow this ball and try to get up towards the center of the table to get at the 2. No, he drew it back. He's going up for that upper left corner pocket. That's a much wiser shot because he might have gotten blocked by the 5 if he tried to go to the center of the table. Look at that. He just nailed that ball. Just hammered it into the pocket. And he got himself snookered though. Just a little bit of that last drift got him up, nestled up against the 6 ball. Looks like he's going to come off the bottom rail and try to kick into that ball. He tried to make it. And that was a barely makeable ball. You had to cut it very thin. And to do those kind of shots, you need to picture the mirror image of the distance that ball is to the rail times 2, and then aim for that location along the line of the diamonds. It's a very important shot to know. Ryan is just trying to hide the cue ball here behind the 9. I'm not sure if he accomplished it. This is the kind of shot that Federer can make if he can see it. But he does not make it. He undercut it, so he had plenty of room to get it there. He just, even the top pros miss long, difficult shots like that at times, especially when they're trying to get position. He's trying to get position off of that ball. Ryan tries to cut it all the way down, and he almost got the 7 ball in. Now Federer will have the combination, and right there's a difficult thing to do too. When you have a combination near the pocket like that, you really have to think deeply about where is that first object ball going to go and how am I going to get on it. So many people trap themselves by not paying attention to where that ball is going to go. He came back and hit the 5, knowing that he had no real way to get to the 4. He's just hoping to clear the way for it. If he can see it, I suspect he'll play some kind of safe, but he is calling a pocket right now. And what a shot. What a shot. That's a shot you don't see very often. You don't see it in one pocket because it's going to the side pocket, and not that often do you see it in any other kind of game. That was a really beautiful 3-rail shot into the side pocket. Now he's running the balls out. Now, according to their agreement, I think he has to at least 2-rail the 9. And it looks like he's going to 4-rail it. He's called that upper right corner pocket. And he came up a little short. Now let's see how creative Ryan can get. I'm not sure if he has to do a 2-rail or a 1-rail, but I think he made it an even match, so he will probably be trying to 2-rail this. Looks like he might be doing a Z shot here. No, he was doing 4-railer. Oh, I've skipped ahead a little bit. Fedor did quite a bit of thinking about this. Let's see what he's going to try. It looks like a 4-railer. 2, 3, and towards the side pocket. I'm not sure which shot he was trying for, whether he came up short on the 4-railer or a little bit short on the 3-railer to the side pocket. But either way, Ryan has another chance. He tried to do a straight back to the corner pocket and missed it. I think we have a 2-railer here for Fedor into that upper right pocket. Although he's really hard to predict because he'll make some shots that most of us wouldn't try. There was an effort to go with the 3-railer to the side pocket. That was a nice try. Those are very difficult shots. Fedor's very good at that shot. I have not watched Ryan play enough to know, but he looked like he came pretty close there. He came within a diamond, I think. And that's pretty good for that shot. That's a very narrow window to hit that side pocket from that angle. It's probably about half the size. The opening that you can get the ball through is probably about half the size. There's a Z shot from Fedor and came up a little bit short. Z shots are one of the hardest shots in pool, the double bank, because that ball shortens up a lot after it hits the second bank. And so you have to overcut the first bank. Ryan going for the side pocket again. Misses. A little bit long this time. We're all waiting breathlessly for one of them to make a spectacular shot. This is a 5-railer, and it's headed very close to the pocket. He did scratch. This could give Ryan the opportunity he needs. And he's going for the 4-railer, I believe, up into the upper right pocket. And he nails it. So it is 1-1. Ryan made a great 4-railer there. When these guys, a really good amateur like Ryan or a pro like Fedor, when they get ball in hand, they can make the 4-railer. They can make the 3-railer. They've practiced these shots over and over and over again. Especially if you're a 1-pocket player, you need that 4-rail shot. And that is the beauty of 1-pocket, which is the greatest pool game ever invented, in my opinion. Because you're having to do shots on a regular basis that you would not do in any other game. Well, the balls are spread nicely, but I would say he did not hit that rack the way he wanted to. And yet, he has left Fedor very difficult. This one ball can be cut in this lower right corner. And he does so. And he gets down near the 2-ball. He may play safe off this 2-ball, or he may have a thin carom shot, I'm not sure, on the 5-ball. He does have the carom shot, and he does come very close to making it. Now Ryan can cut this into the corner, or he may have a line to come around the table and get probably down towards the end rail where he can get between the 7 and 8. Oh, I'm sorry, he would be going for the 3 ball next. So he is looking at that line of cutting and coming off that ball. And he's trying to exactly determine where that cue ball is going to run to. He did a very good job of getting around the table and getting on the 3 ball. There are times when you just have to hit it at the right speed that you can get back to that ball you're going after, even if you're going to bump into other balls. That's an issue of making sure you have enough momentum on that shot. Now, he played that shot to come off the 3 ball and put that other ball in the pocket. Now that allows him to pocket the 4 and get right on the 6. And he should be able to get out here with the 6 pretty straight in, but he'll draw it back, or he slid it over for the 7. I guess he had room to get in the side pocket nearest us. And he does make it into the side pocket. He now has a straight in on the 8, but again, he's negotiated to do the multi-rail bank shot, so he's going to try and position himself maybe for the 2-railer and maybe for the 3-railer. He has a 3-railer to the upper right, or potentially a 2-railer. He's going to do the 3-railer to the side pocket now. So that ball is going to come off the near cushions here, come off the far cushion, and into the side pocket if he makes it. And he's a little bit long on that shot. A big smile on Fedor's face. He just loves this. He was in a good mood all day long, and I suspect, I've only met him this one day, but I suspect he's in a good mood most of his life. He's quite the charismatic character. That's a beautiful shot, and into the pocket it goes, and this was really fun watching 2 really good players play each other. And seeing one of our local players be able to play like that should be a thrill for everybody. You know, people like Ryan come into our pool hall, and they come into other pool halls around the tri-state area. And you should really get to know these good players. They are full of information, and they will help you become a better pool player.